Well, hello again from the Grand Canyon. It's Brian. We just hiked down Saddleback Cavern. It's a side canyon to the Grand Canyon on mile 47. It's absolutely beautiful. There's a nice little waterfall behind me. You can see that, see the canyon above. See how this has been eroded out. The features here are absolutely beautiful to see. You can see behind me there the canyon, some people we hiked with, some leadership. But as I was coming back here, looking at that waterfall, seeing what's going on, I was just reminded of just the attributes of God, how this canyon as a whole represents God's judgment on man's sin. Yet even in the midst of the judgment of the flood, there was an ark of salvation that preserved the line of humanity from which the Messiah comes to save souls. And you see in this canyon, in these rock layers, we see the evidence of God's judgment, but also the evidence of His creation and His love for life. We see plants on the walls. It's amazing how the plant life can actually exist down here in this environment. You see up there above me right there, towards the top of the waterfall, plant life. It's all through the canyon. So we see evidence of God's judgment, His righteousness, but also His creativity and His love for life. We see mercy, we see grace. And this reminded me that as Christians, we really need to focus on the attributes of who God is. As we read through the Bible, it's so easy to get caught up with the people and even the events, the flood and the creation, and focus on those. And we need to talk about those and know answers to those. And of course, people like David and Daniel, and look at their lives, we can learn from those lives. But in the midst of all the amazing events recorded in the Bible, of the great people of faith we look at in the Bible, we cannot lose sight of who's the hero of the story, and that is God. He is the one who's in control. It's His attributes we need to focus on. In the account of David and Goliath, it's His sovereignty, His providence, His faithfulness that delivers David from the hand of the Philistine. In the account of Daniel and the lion's den, it's not Daniel's great faith that we should focus on, we should talk about it, but it's God's faithfulness to His servants and how He's working through all of that to redeem a people unto Himself, from which comes the Messiah. And so as we go through God's Word, we want to focus on the attributes of who God is. What do we learn about God's love, His mercy, His judgment, His holiness, His righteousness, His mercy and grace as we go through the Bible study? And so within the curriculum, that's what we focus on, is the attributes of God. So as you go through whatever lesson you're at, whatever you're looking at, yes, make note of all the important people and the events, but let's not lose sight of who's the hero of the story. History is indeed His story. Let's remember that as we go through God's Word. Have a great day.